Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Orthodoxy. My name's David, and this is a Magic Review. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for being here. This is my little space out there on the interwebs where I get to review magic tricks. Today we're gonna look at Osmos Deluxe Edition from UltraMantic. You can get this from your very favorite Murphy's Magic dealer for about 70 bucks. What is Osmos? Osmos is a little kit that'll enable you to do a ton of Sharpie magic effects. I think there's like 9 or 10 included effects, but they're gonna give you a whole host of ideas so that you can do even more than that. It's a little tiny EDC kit, basically, that you can customize, do a walk around with. You could do a single Sharpie marker trick. You could do borrowed Sharpie marker tricks. You could even do an entire Sharpie marker routine with this. Let's talk about it. And the reason why you want to keep coming back to this channel is because I show you the product nice and close. You don't just stare at my head for 10 minutes. You get to see everything in HD. So you're going to get this little Osmos drawer, right? And it says that it's from UltraMantic. Inside that, you are going to get a whole host of fun little tools. You're going to get a real, legit Sharpie marker. You're going to get this Gimmick and Gimmick holder. And then these right here are magnetic NFC magnets, really, that'll enable you to do a whole host of NFC effects. In addition to that, you'll get a miniature Sharpie marker as well as a 30-minute tutorial. Now within that, the long Sharpie marker and the short Sharpie marker are just Sharpie markers. They're not gimmicked in any way. They're just providing them for you so that you have them. You don't have to run out to the store and buy them. The smaller Gimmick is inside of a Gimmick holder, which means you can clip it to your key ring if you wanted to, clip it to a belt loop. You could have it behind your back, ready to go as like a holdout. So if you clip the Gimmick to your pants, right? It means you can carry the Gimmick with you everywhere, which means you're always ready to go. The other cool thing about the Gimmick holder is it's magnetic on the bottom, which means any of those little NFC chips will magnetize itself to the holder, which means you can walk around with the NFC magic as well. Now, if you don't know what NFC is a way for a phone, Android or Apple, to scan the reader and enable you to do some reveals with the phone. So you could do a card reveal. You could do like a social media link. They could scan it. It would take you out to your socials. You could do it as anything, really. I mean, you can put data on there. So there's like 130 bytes of memory that you can stick on there. So like one of the suggestions was crashed from Nichols Magic Shop. Trick using an NFC. You could move the crashed trick over to these little NFCs and be able to carry it with you. That's pretty cool. And the opposite side of the NFC has a blister effect built into it. What? That means you can use the NFC to store data and then also use it as a blister effect, plus it's holding your Gimmick. So there's a lot going on there. So is it what I thought? I mean, kind of. The Gimmick reminded me of the Misled Gimmick, right? And it is kind of a version of Misled, although I would say this is much more involved than Misled and certainly not as delicate. Remember, the Misled Gimmick could easily break. This is something that you'll be able to use with Sharpie markers, which is something, you know, magicians use more than just pencils, right? But it'll enable you to do an entire host of other effects. Which leads me to, is it well made? Absolutely. This is made so much stronger than the original Misled Gimmick, and certainly something that's going to be robust enough to appear side by side with a Sharpie marker so that you wouldn't even know the difference. All right, so I said you get a 30-minute tutorial. What are you going to learn? Well, first of all, it's all done in subtitles. You get a lot of over-the-shoulder shots plus picture-in-picture, which is nice. You get an introduction. They're going to talk to you about what the project is, and they'll go over the holder. They'll talk to you about how to use and write to the NFC. They're going to cover Apple and Android. They'll talk to you about how to get it ready with just one hand. And then they're going to move on into the tricks. The first trick is a mini Sharpie that becomes a full-sized Sharpie. Then you're going to have two normal Sharpies, and one of them is going to grow larger. They'll show you a Sharpie bend, a Sharpie penetration, a Sharpie vanish, and a Sharpie through table. There's also a large to small Sharpie where you have a full size and it shrinks down with no cover and no switches. You'll also do a normal Sharpie to mini Sharpie, and then there's a Sharpie across effect where it goes from one hand to the other. Pocket space, it's gonna be totally up to you, right? For the most part, you'll be walking around with your normal everyday Sharpie that you use for all your tricks, and then you'll have the Gimmick attached into the holder, linked to your belt, and underneath the holder, you'll have the NFC and one of the blisters. So right away, you'll be able to do a whole host of effects with just that, right? There really isn't much more you need unless you also wanted to carry around the mini Sharpie. But that depends on, which tricks you want to do. But angles-wise, probably the same as misled. So if you're already familiar with misled, same angles. Inspectability, obviously there's a Gimmick involved. You're gonna be hiding that, palming that, bringing it in, ditching it. The spectator should never even notice. Positives, this gives you a ton of effects with just a Sharpie marker, which is awesome. I mean, there's a lot of Sharpie marker projects now. I think people realized that magicians carry Sharpies, so let's do some tricks with them. Well, most of the products out there only do one effect, right? This little kit will enable you to do a host of effects, plus the Sharpie marker will write, and when it runs out of ink, you'll be able to replace it with a standard Sharpie marker. So your gimmicks will always be available. They'll click in to any color. So you can buy any color Sharpie marker, it won't matter. The Gimmick will work with any color. You'll always be able to go buy refills for yourself, if you ever run out of ink. And like I said, it gives you at least 9 tricks, plus the NFC, plus the blisters. There's a lot of teaching there. Negatives, there are no performances. There's no live performances, there's no studio performances. So for the most part, you never really get to see the trick at all. They immediately jump into an explanation, and it's only 30 minutes. So 30 minutes, and they're teaching everything to you within that time frame. 9 tricks, plus they spent a lot of time on the NFCs. I would have liked the video to have been a little longer. Of course, I would have liked it to have been in English, but what can you do? So is it worth your money? At 70 bucks, it is $70. So it's not cheap. There's a lot of effects there for sure, but you're gonna have to weigh the good with the bad and decide if this is something that you think is a worthwhile investment. But you can find it from your very favorite Murphy's Magic dealer or from UltraMantic.com. You can pick it up there. I've even seen it at Penguin. I've seen it wherever Murphy's Magic products are sold. So shop around, look around for it, and let me know down below if you think you'll be picking it up. Thanks guys, I'll see you next time, bye. Hey, do you want some more information about the t-shirt I was wearing in today's video? Sure. From my homepage, if you look up at the top, you'll see one of the tabs says store. If you click that, that'll take you to my Teespring merchandise. There, you'll see that I have a variety of different designs. There's more than one, so it's not just the shirt I was wearing today. And they're also at a large variety of price points, so there's something for everybody. Plus, if you click on a design that you like or that you're interested in, you'll also notice that you can select that shirt in different colors. So you're not locked into the color that you see in the graphic, and that means, of course, you can buy the same design in several colors. Now, I don't ask that you buy a shirt. You don't have to. That is not how I ask that you support me. But if you do buy a shirt, I want to thank you so much for supporting my channel, for believing in me. You guys are awesome. My fans are great. And I love it when you guys send pictures or you tag me on Instagram and you say, I bought a Magic Orthodoxy shirt. You have no idea how great that makes me feel, and just what a lift that is in my day. You guys are awesome. I'll see you next time. Bye.